Alright guys, welcome back to this learning module. Today we're gonna talk about how do we define a Python function, where a function normally grab holds a few parameters to perform some of the computation that is defined within the function itself. Alright, so let's start off with a markdown, and we're gonna add in define functions. Alright, now let's enter a new line, and we're gonna start off very simple. We're just gonna say def, which stands for define. Alright, and we're gonna add in about me. Alright, and let's add in a parenthesis, and we're gonna add in a parameter here. Let's call it name. Alright, now let's add in a colon at the very end of the code, and let's enter a new line, hit on enter, and notice that our Jupyter notebook will bring us to the next level of indent. Alright, so Python works very closely with how we structure our indents, and if we do not have our Python codes to be indented accordingly, Python will run into error. Let me show you an example after this. Alright, let's continue with this, and I'm gonna show you an example with and without a proper indent. Alright, let's continue with this. So what we're gonna do with this function here, alright, so we're gonna print a line of text here, okay, and I'm gonna add in a single quote here, and I'm gonna say I am, let's put in a space here, and go to the very end of the single quote, and I'm gonna add in a @ symbol, and I'm gonna put in the parameter that we have defined inside our function. Alright, so this function is basically very simple. When we call out this function, it's gonna return the string that has been defined inside the function, and it's gonna return a couple of tags together with the string that has been passed into the function. Alright, let's run this code here, and notice that nothing has been returned because we have not instruct Python to run this function. Alright, so I'm gonna enter a new line, and I'm gonna call this function about me, and I'm gonna add in the parameter to include my name inside the parameter, and I'm gonna run this function here. Alright, just hit on shift and enter, and here the function has been properly executed. Right, now talking about the indent here, this function here has been properly indent. Right, now let's say if we did not include a proper indent here, so I'm gonna remove the indent here, and let's see how will Python interpret this function here. So let's run this here, and Python will return error. Alright, so Python will tell us that this line here supposed to be an indented block here. Alright, so we need to have a proper indent here so that Python can be executed accordingly. Right, so yeah, that's all about the lesson for today. Thanks for watching this video, and I can't wait to see you in the next module. Thanks, and bye bye.